Oh, hey, what's that? Looks like maybe a beautiful piece of art by at 13 K-pop Demon. Go check out Rochelle on Instagram if you would like to see some more work from the creator of this incredible orange and red sign that we got right over here. That's at 13 K-pop Demon on Instagram. What up, kids? Welcome to another episode of the QDecent podcast. Um, Check out my Twitter at QDecent podcast. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm at qdecepod. And Dece, by the way, is Dece. I've talked about Mega Dece before a little bit, but it's cool for things to just be Dece too. You can be Dece, like I'm probably like you can be okay. Dece is if Dece is right here, good is way up here. Dece is here. Then Megadece is like here. Suspect Dece is probably right about there. And so I'd say, in terms of doing this podcast, I'm probably like in between Sus Dece and Dece. I don't know though, I shouldn't be evaluating my own skills. Anyway, I'm also on TikTok at Qds. That's KYOODS. And I've been posting videos there. I like to do shit backwards. Do you ever do shit backwards? I really like to do things backwards, whether or not they're, mostly tests. Like I remember in school, I would do tests backwards just because the harder stuff is always at the end. Say there's like an essay question. I'm gonna do that shit first, man. I want to get it over with, and then bang out the easy questions afterwards. Because I just think that's the way to go. Somebody told me that once, and I stuck with it. And right now, I'm actually taking my podcast notes and I'm reading them backwards to you because I don't give a fuck. I got a credit card. I applied for a credit card recently, and they gave me one $300 limit. So your boy's rolling in it. I told myself that I was just gonna buy gas, right? Just gonna buy gasoline and pay it off. And then I pretty much immediately went and bought some liquor with it. And then I bought some clothes, like some t-shirts. I don't know what I was thinking. I said fuck it, but then I paid him right away. So it's all good, and we're here. We're doing it. It's pretty early right now. Just gonna tell you guys it's 6:42 in the morning, and a lot of the time when I tell somebody, "Oh yeah, I went on a walk this morning," I was done before like 6:30. Or what time did you wake up? Oh, I was up at 5 o'clock this morning. And a lot of people say, "Whoa, whoa, you're crazy. Why would you do that to yourself? Like, you can't, why are you doing that to yourself?" I get that a lot. Why do you do that to yourself? And dude, I'm not doing it to myself. As you can see, I have a lovely window where sunlight shines in the morning. So it starts to get bright or light around 5. And I've fallen into a routine. I've fallen into a routine of waking up a lot earlier than the rest of America. Sleepy fucking lazy assholes. And I usually go on like a walk with the dog, and that's great. Uh, I wish Charlie was here right now so y'all could meet him. He's the cutest ugly fucking dog ever. Anyway, I am taking a trip to Portland tomorrow, and I'm gonna go see my girl Winnie, and we're gonna fucking hang out and I don't know. I think we're gonna watch. Oh, shit, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm really excited to go to Portland because I've never been there. Um, my mother always said that I would like it. But what does she know, right? And what do I know? I do like places though. I like to go to places and be with people and live in the moment and do stuff. And that might seem a little bit general, but it's just it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what you're doing, where you are to have fun or to have a good time. I think if you're in a place that isn't like a fucking Auschwitz or something, then you're you have the ability to enjoy yourself. A lot of people a lot of people just live to not enjoy themselves, and I live to enjoy myself, man. And I bet Winnie does too. So we're gonna fucking enjoy ourselves in Portland, dude. And I'm gonna take some days off work. I hope the weather's nice, and uh, I'm also really excited to see Henry, and that's a Boston Terrier. Oh man. So I gotta put some fucking clothes in some bags. I can't remember if I get. I probably can bring a personal item onto the plane. I'll probably have to wear a mask. And I've talked some shit about masks before, but it's cool, man. I'm cool with it. I said I was cool with it. I'll put the mask on the plane because I got to. And if I have to, I will. And that's what I said. And that's what I said, man. If I have to, I will. And that's what I said. And yeah, so it's gonna be fine. Maybe I'll go to the lavatory and take it off. Take a couple deep breaths. I love how my Apple Watch tells me to breathe. I'm starting to really get pissed when it tells me to stand up. Time to stand up. You calling me fat? Because I've been working really hard on being fucking healthy. So no, I'm playing. But I love when it tells me to breathe. Usually I ignore it, but I started doing it, and it really is nice. Sometimes you just gotta breathe, man. It's really important to just fucking breathe sometimes. Um, I do a lot of deep breathing for a lot of different reasons. If you're stressed, man, if you're pissed off, if you're on too many drugs, if there's anything that's like freaking you out, it's a really good take you back to the world method. And oh, man, I saw this horrible scene. I just thought of the scene from a movie I watched last night, uh, where there were two guys on death row, and one of them was gonna get executed tomorrow, and he started freaking out. He started having an anxiety attack, and he couldn't breathe and all that. But his homie, in the next cell, walks up to the corner and kind of talks him down. He tells him everything's gonna be fine. He tells him to breathe, just like I taught you. And then a bunch of white people fucking killed that dude. It was pretty intense. Uh, just mercy will lift and break your heart. And that was one of the reviews I saw when I saw the preview for that movie. I meant to see the movie Just Mercy in theaters, but then I don't know, saw other crap. And I heard somebody talking at one point about, oh, who wants to see Michael B. Jordan be a lawyer for, like, who wants to see that? And I mean, I get it. You don't want to see a fucking sad, depressing subject or whatever, but dude, this movie pumped me up. I was like so mad afterwards. I'll probably give a couple of spoilers, but at the same time, this isn't really a movie that has spoilers because it's kind of one of the movies where unless you know, like, you either know the story or you don't, but it can either go one or two ways. There's a bunch of corrupt cops in Alabama that are throwing all types of black people in jail and putting them on death row, whether or not they did it. Actually, at the end of the movie, here I am going backwards again. At the end of the movie, there was a couple of stats that they showed, one of which was 1 out of every 9 Americans who have been executed in the US, or people who have been executed in the US, have been proven innocent and released. A shocking rate of error. That's what they called it. And I thought that was really fucked up, man. It just goes to show that people really just want power. And in this movie, there's a couple of white guys, like a lawyer and like the sheriff, who just really want to, be right. They don't want to admit they were wrong, but they convicted this guy, Johnny D, for murdering a white girl. It was kind of like a Stephen Avery situation. Like it was really, as soon as you took any look at the evidence, it's really obvious that, at least this first time around, I don't know, Stephen Avery. I'm not gonna make a comment on Stephen Avery right now, but when you look at the evidence, it was extremely obvious that the white people, the fucking sheriff, just really wanted to lock this guy up. It was a year after the crime, and they wanted to put a face to the murder, and what better than a black guy, right? A big, strong, tall black guy. And it worked because it was, I don't know, the 80s, and people are racist now, and it's 2020. So they were definitely racist in the 80s, racist enough to like ignore evidence in a trial. And dude, it made me so mad. This lawyer, Michael B. Jordan, comes through. He lays down an awesome case. He gets his motions denied. He gets strip searched at the fucking jail illegally. He gets pulled over and harassed and all this. We're working up to it. We're working up to it, and then he goes to the trial. He gets a hearing to determine whether or not Johnny D gets a new trial. And in that hearing, they lay out all the evidence. They even pull the one key witness that actually put the dude um, in lockup or on death row, and this witness was a felon as well, whose statement was just plain sketchy. They even pulled him up and convinced him to tell the truth. He told the truth multiple times, along with all this evidence, and then the judge reads the verdict at the end that no new trial will be granted and Johnny D will be electrocuted. Um, and bro, I just got so mad, man. Just like, okay, I don't know if you've seen the preview. You see the son, Johnny D's son, stand up in court and yell at the judge, like disorder in the court. And it was such a powerful scene. And like if anybody's like, oh, I don't want to see that movie, like, dude, you're dumb. This is such a powerful scene when the son stands up and he said something. He's like, sir, he tells the judge, sir, that's my dad. He didn't do nothing wrong. And the judge says, sit down. And he says, not if you're going to kill my dad for no reason. And the dad turns around and says, son, I need you to sit down now. And he said, no, not if you're going to kill my dad for no reason. And then he says he's going to arrest him. If you don't sit down right now, we're going to arrest you for contempt of court, which I actually got arrested for. Boom! Anyway, they said they're going to arrest him for contempt of court, and he just keeps crying and screaming. He says, he said, you killed my family, sir. Or no, he says, you're going to kill my family. Or, you killed my family, sir, you. And when he says you that second time, he's like, you killed my family, sir, you. Dude, I felt that shit in my inner soul. Tears came to my eyes and all that, and they fucking knocked him down and handcuffed him. And dude, Michael B. Jordan killed it. And he should have won an Oscar for that shit. And I know a lot of people said that. But here I am agreeing with it. Michael B. Jordan should have won an Oscar, man. That movie. Dude, at the end of the movie, it was 9 p.m. and I was so pumped that I got up and put on shorts and tennis shoes and I went running and I ran like a mile or less than a mile. But I almost ran the full mile and I took the dog with me. Didn't even put him on a leash. Man, though, if y'all haven't seen that movie and you want to like have a cathartic experience and it was incredible. There's not even you'd think it'd be boring at parts, but it was not. It held my attention the whole time, and it's like a 3 hour movie. So, my fucking props, dude. I want to make a movie too. I want to make a movie, but I want to call it. I'm just gonna call it Don Wick, and it's just gonna be about a dude who's really good at Call of Duty, and maybe he gets so good that he starts killing all of his friends constantly. His friends can't even kill him anymore because he's practicing constantly. He's fucking Don Wick. He won't even go to bed. He's just Call of Duty. And then his friends don't like playing with him anymore because he's too good. And then they drift away. Maybe he gets addicted to drugs or hookers or something. Don Wick, coming in 2021. Directed by Emmett Adamson. And will not be delayed by the coronavirus. Because fuck all of that shit. Oh man. I actually fucking quit smoking cigarettes, you guys, which is really neat. I'm super happy about it. It was, I don't know when, but my estimate is about 5 months. It's like it's been a really long time. And I haven't had any nicotine. That's been really neat. I say neat a lot, don't I? I need to cut that shit out. That's not a cool word. Like if you don't smoke cigarettes and you say neat, you're like the most uncool person in the world. But then if you run an awesome podcast called the QDecent podcast, then it makes up for it, so it's cool. But I'll work on the neat thing. What was I saying? Cigarettes, man. I kicked the habit. I had a habit and I kicked it. So you can too. I don't know. I don't know, man. I just want to fucking be Don Wick. Don Wick. Maybe he gets addicted to cigarettes. Yeah, his friends stop playing COD with him, and then he just gets really into cigarettes and masturbating. And then, um, maybe maybe he has like sort of a renaissance, and he becomes like a new person. Maybe he changes his name. Maybe he changes his gender too. Fuck it. He turns into Donna Wick. Yeah, that's what'll happen. It'll be Don Wick. He'll be incredibly good at Call of Duty. He'll grow a really long beard and really long hair, but then he'll shave off the beard to be Donna Wick, and then he'll compete in the Call of Duty Olympics, and people will talk shit because you need to share that you changed your gender because it's performance enhancing to play Call of Duty. Wouldn't that be fucked up, man? I mean, I get it if you're fighting. And Joe Rogan has talked about this a little bit, and I guess he got some shit for it, but I'm with him on the fact that if you're a male fighter and then you transition into a woman should get to know that probably before she chooses to fight you. I mean, that's fair, but I don't think it counts for Call of Duty. But wouldn't it be funny if it did? Man, I lost to a girl. Oh, she's probably fucking trans. I lost my Call of Duty match to a girl. No, no way that girl didn't used to be a boy. Can you imagine if your self-esteem was that low? If you got beat in like say you're the world champion and then a trans girl comes through and beats you and now she's the world champion and then you go and find out that she used to be a he and then that's your excuse for losing. Loser. Oh, that would be funny. Fucking, you just got your ass kicked by Donna Wick. John Wick, bro, you could probably beat him at Call of Duty, but Donna Wick, she way better than you. Anyway, guys, I'm an advocate of trans rights, I swear to God. I really am. And I love gay people. I fucking love gay people. I love fucking gay people too, probably. But, and I talked about this a little bit in the last episode. I said something like, as soon as somebody starts talking about their gender identity, I'm already done listening. And I shouldn't have said that exactly because there's a line. There's a line when you start to get crazy with that sort of thing. And I think it needs to be defined more often. I think that people lump in just normal transgender people with like, I don't know, crazy people who make up new genders and Zimzers and fucking like people who, okay, I'm just gonna vocalize where I think the line is. Once you exceed the number 4, it's too much for me, man. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean. I think that there are 4 valid gender identities. I also think there are 4 maximum valid sexual preferences. Maybe actually, you know what? I just thought of a 5th one, which is asexual. That's highly unlikely or uncommon, but here's what I think they are. I'll start with gender identity. You can't, there's not 50 genders, there's 4, and here they are. You can be a boy, you can be a girl, you can be both, or kind of fluid, you can switch back and forth. You can be a boy sometimes or a girl and other times. That's cool. Totally down for that. That's kind of what I do actually. And then 4, you can be neither. You can be not a boy or a girl. You can be androgynous, and that's totally great, and I love it. But that's I can't think of any more, man. Don't make a new one up. That or you're probably a little bit wacky. And I probably don't want to listen to you talk about your gender identity. Sexual preference. I guess you can definitely, okay, there are definitely people who are into trans people. I like to have sex with trans people. I don't know if that's definitely a thing. Male to female, female to male, whatever. You like to have sex with people who are a different gender than they used to be. You can like boys, you can like girls, or you can like both. And that's it, man. There's 4. There's 4 and 4. And dude, I think that line needs to be defined more often because I don't think it's cool to say, oh, if men can change into women now, we should also be able to identify as monkeys or horses or fucking, hi, I'm a piano keyboard and my name is xylophone. Like, dude, hush. No. Just no. And dude, I can't wait till the clothes get here that I bought with my credit card. And this is all I have for you guys today, so I'm just gonna sign out. Appreciate you listening, and I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Eat a burger. Eat a fucking chicken sandwich today, man. Just go do it. I give you permission. Shouts out to Rochelle, by the way. Peace out.